What's up guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another episode of The Truth About. So in today's video we'll have a closer look at the new MacBook 2018, their eGPU strategy, we'll compare it to some competitors, ask some experts and have a look behind the scenes. Apple has finally updated its MacBook Pros after a long time without any changes. But as attractive as some of the new features are, like faster processors, more RAM and storage configurations, and a quieter keyboard, none of them really makes me dump my Windows laptop and run to the Apple Store to yell, "Shut up and take my money." The updated 13-inch MacBook Pro comes with an Intel 8th generation Core i5 or i7 chips, a maximum configuration of up to 16 gigs of RAM and up to 2 TB of SSD storage. This is a great speed upgrade from the last models, but the price for the high-end 15-inch model is almost ridiculous. We will see why in a second. So yes, the updated MacBook Pro now tops out at a whopping $6,700 for the top configuration. That's $2,400 more than the best 2017 MacBook Pro you could buy. That may sound a lot first, but Apple hasn't really changed the prices on anything from last year to this year. The top spec MacBook Pro is higher priced than ever because Apple is offering way more options than it has in the past. But is the price fair? Well, let's see. Both the 2017 and 2018 models have the same starting prices. $2,799 for the high-end version of the 15-inch computer, with a faster processor, a better GPU, and twice the SSD storage as the $2,399 base 15-inch model. Like last year, Apple also offers a $300 upgrade to an even better Intel i9 processor, and this time also a really sick storage update to 4 TB, which costs $3,200. But why is this so expensive? Now, the 2015 MacBook Pro had a replaceable SSD, which is quite similar to an M.2 SSD, but it's still Apple proprietary. That means you can only put in SSDs which are specially made for the MacBook, like the ones which OWC is selling. But the problem with them is that they do not come 100% close to the original Apple SSDs in terms of writing and read speeds. Now sadly, since last year both 13-inch and 15-inch Touch Bar models are soldered. That means you can't upgrade the SSD. I mean, technically it's possible. You can even upgrade the memory on your iPhone if you have some mad soldering skills or live in the city of tech in Shenzhen in China, because there everything is possible. Now, soldering the SSD to the board has two reasons. First of all, it's cheaper than modules, as you can eliminate errors and have faster bandwidth as well. With the drive physically on the motherboard, if it should fail and you're beyond the warranty Apple Care period, any repair would likely cost as much as a new machine, or at least it would be very expensive. Now, if a drive were to fail on the second year of usage, telling the customer they need to buy a new computer would leave a really bad taste in anyone's mouth, especially if that computer was a $6,700 15-inch MacBook Pro. So nice try, Apple, but why don't you do it like Huawei and find a way to bring the same fast SSD in an exchangeable format, so users can upgrade or remove their SSD also for data protection? Well, like always, it's about money. Now, I'm aware that MacBook Pros have always been premium, especially with the upgraded configurations, but like damn, even the entry-level model is too much. For that I can buy an i7 version of the MacBook X Pro and even get a dedicated GPU on top. Now, Apple's website shows that the 13-inch MacBook Pro still starts at $1,300 for the non-Touch Bar model, but that's the old model with the slower processor, so right now you're stuck with the Touch Bar. Also, like last year, the RAM on the new MacBooks is not upgradable, and here's the reason why. So when you buy millions of chips, you tend to get pretty much the same price as the memory module manufacturers get. So then the module is just an extra PCB and an extra connector that you don't need. Also, a big connector like a RAM connector is a liability. Also, inserting the RAM module takes a human several seconds and requires a human that sleeps, takes holidays, and gets sick. Now, a chip pick-and-place machine rarely takes a break except for maintenance, and it can be refilled in moments. Also, with a module you lose a lot of space, and space is everything in such tiny laptops. Now, for sure, also it's about the product segmentation and money. So if someone cannot upgrade, then they need to buy a new laptop, and this is what Apple is doing constantly. So beside all that beefy high-tech hardware, there is something why Apple uses by Apple, and it's macOS. I'm personally not a fan of macOS, even though I shout at least 10 times a week at my PC doing some weird stuff. But I do get why people like it, and in fact, there will never be an alternative. There is Windows, there is Linux, and there is macOS. Pick your choice. I've even asked Mr. Wang Fei, Austrian country manager from Huawei, and Mr. Chanmin Wang, president of CE and Nordic region, from one of the biggest smartphone companies who are coming to the PC market, if they're looking for a Windows alternative, and some general questions about their notebook business. Alright guys, so we're here at the MateBook launch event, and today we have here Mr. Wang Fei, country manager of Austria, and he will tell us today something about the new MateBook. So thank you very much for the interview. I have one question, and the first question is, was the new MateBook designed on purpose to look a bit like the new MacBook, or is this just a new standard of Ultrabooks?
Good morning. I think for the today we had this launch event. We will have this launch event for the new MateBook X Pro. So the design from this new MateBook X Pro mainly is come from the consumer needs. So come from the market insight. I think from consumer side, they are more prefer like a slim, like the full view, and the nice like this metal design. So this is come from the marketing side and the consumers needs part. Yeah.
So Huawei is a big company doing a lot of stuff, from mobile phone antennas to chipsets to smartphones, now even tablets, and now laptops. Why are you going in this direction, and will there be more in the future?
Okay, so I think Huawei is building like an ecosystem, and also building based on the cloud the whole scenario connection. So through Huawei different devices to contact the consumers. So like we have the smartphones, we have our wearables, tablet, and of course PC is also very important device to contact with the consumers.
But the problem is it's very similar to a MacBook, but it's like still running Windows. Do you think somewhere in the future there could be also like an own Huawei OS similar to Mac OS X, or?
I think OS is operating system need an ecosystem. It's not just software. I think we will keep cooperate with Microsoft. Microsoft right now they have a very big foundation of the user base, and also they have entire the industry to support the operating system based on the Microsoft the operating system. There are a lot of new applications, so that is I think the only operating system, one of the only operating system can be existed in the future. Yeah.
When I had a MacBook back in 2015, I was really not happy that I had no GPU for 4K editing. But Apple has now an in-house solution for that and developed an eGPU together with the company Blackmagic for the new MacBooks. Running for $699 USD, the Blackmagic eGPU provides desktop-class graphics performance on a MacBook Pro through a Radeon Pro 580 graphics processor with 8 gigs of GDDR5 memory. Now $700 USD sounds quite a lot when you already bought a MacBook for several thousand USD. And another point, the GPU is non-upgradable again. So I've talked with Edgar Eliseo from XClim, who has developed his own eGPU, and asked him about his opinion on the new eGPU. So hi Edgar, thanks for joining me in this interview today. And well, let's start right in. And my first question is, what do you think about the new Apple and Blackmagic eGPU?
Well, Stefan, thanks for having me. Well, my truly thoughts about that graphics amplifier is just that they want to make it simple for users just to plug and play to their MacBooks without having to manage any issues, like, you know, troubleshooting for other kind of GPUs that are may not be supported for the Macs. So they want to make it simple, easy, and avoid a lot of warranties, which is, you know, very Apple-like. So that's the main thing I think about that graphics amplifier. It's extremely expensive. It's not worth it, but it's for someone that doesn't know anything about graphics amplifiers. It's for someone that just came into the market and knew that there is a piece that you can plug into your computer and amplify your graphics, right? So they want to make it easy, simple, especially that's kind of Apple-like, right? For the baby people who just came
that's right.
to the Apple area. Yeah.
So how long do you think is the lifespan of the product? Like the time when you have to upgrade to the next one?
Well, take it in this way. Let's say you don't know anything about graphics amplifiers. You just bought this one. By next year, you give it 1 year to the user to learn enough to realize that he wasted enough money on that product. So I give it a lifespan of at least 1 year, since new graphics, new GPUs are coming out every year, especially this year with the new NVIDIA graphics, which are not supported by Mac, which actually they are on their bootcamp, Windows 10. So yeah, I give it around 1 year. So external graphics are being cheap right now. They are pricing fair enough to get a good one, a reliable one. Let's say as an example, if you are a little bit picky, you want quality and you want brand, you want reliability. Think about the Razer Core X. That's a really nice graphics amplifier that's gonna get you practically everything. It has a good enough power supply that's gonna power every single video card that you just drop in it. If you're an advanced user and you know how to work with it, you can just plug and play it, same as the graphics amplifier, the Apple amplifier. So compared to that, it's practically the same thing. It's just that you only have to know which kind of graphics, which kind of GPU you're adding in order to fully have it working with your Mac. So at this point, if I can give a recommendation for people who are a bit picky and want a good brand and cheap price, I think the Core X is really cheap. So that's the easy thing about the blackmagic graphics, amplifier. That it already comes with a GPU, right? And it's not a bad GPU. It's just that if you think about the margin there, you're thinking to spend around, let's say, how much? $200 for the extra GPU. So let's say you buy a KeyTube product that it's $299 plus $200. That's $500 already there. You're saving around $200 to $300 compared to the Blackmagic. It's just that the Blackmagic already has everything for you, so you don't have to look up for anything else. Unfortunately, the Blackmagic is not upgradable, so people are going to find later on the way to upgrade it. So, but yeah, I don't know what to say really about the Blackmagic.
All right, so thank you very much.
No problem.
Can you quickly introduce yourself and what you're doing?
So yeah, we are Exclaim Technologies in Canada. What we do is also graphics amplifiers. We started with the X-Core. The X-Core is a pretty cool device. It's a tiny external graphics amplifier that fits at the size of your palm of your hand. So the cool thing about the X-Core and the differential about the X-Core compared to the competitors is that the X-Core is mobile. You can just plug it into your Thunderbolt computer and have it fully mobile without having to plug it to the wall. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference, and it's way portable. It's a GTX 1050. It's quite different, right? It prices a little higher. We are giving it for $399 for our backers on Indiegogo. Mm-hmm. It's gonna price later on around for $550 to $599. It depends on the region. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we are in.
Yeah, but the good thing is it's portable, so you can take it with you. And
exactly. So we managed to do this thanks to the MXM technology. They are very tiny video cards that are usually placed inside laptops, and we got our hands on the GTX 1050 4 gigabytes, mm-hmm. and that's actually really good performance for the buck. Mm-hmm. knowing that it's mobile, of course. So that's the difference here. I think that's the way the future is going to go through.
Now, in the end, these MacBook Pro models are super fast, with their display connectivity options rivaling even the Mac Pro. These laptops are very capable of being used for both desktop and laptop duty. The new MacBook Pro models are something to be really excited about. But now with the SSD non-replaceable, we enthusiasts need to take more factors into account as we upgrade to these new Macs. And I actually plan to give a MacBook a try, but with these prices from a hardware enthusiast point of view, I'm going with a MateBook and my own personal built eGPU solution. Alright guys, so I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode of The Truth About. If you like it, please like this video, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.